So K through 12 education to me is the greatness of America. Let me tell you real quickly, the greatness of America to me, it comes back to the debt of the country today and the deficit where we are today, and that's driven in large part by the entitlements, and the entitlements are driven in large part by health care coming through, all of which kind of feeds back is how do you really address this debt or deficit issue. Republicans say cut spending, love it. Democrats will say cut tax relief. I was debating Howard Dean yesterday, and his big thing is that we can cure the deficit by getting rid of the Bush tax cuts, and so that's what you see. And probably you can do a little bit of both coming in there, but the only way to get out of it is grow the pie. What you do every day, what you do, you're the answer to that. But fundamentally, you can't do it unless we have an educated workforce in America, in a global community, as all of you know. And right now, compared to other countries, K through 12 education in mathematics, we're 18th. There are 18 countries who do better than us. In English and in language proficiency, we're about 23rd in the nation. And in math and in physics, we are down around 23rd. And if you're out hiring, you're going to hire the other countries. You're not going to hire our people. If you look at a state like Tennessee, we're 46th in America. And if you look at places like where New Orleans was, there at the very bottom. K through 12 education, what does it take? It probably takes leadership of a principal and a superintendent, and they get no leadership training. I'm not going to give them in any order. Number one, just put that A. Be a good teacher. The tenure issue is big. You can, in places like Tennessee, after 18 months, a teacher gets tenure, and you can't fire them forever. Even if a class comes in 1 year, they leave less educated. The next year, a new class comes in, they leave less educated, a new class comes in. It's probably as high as 15% of teachers in America, you can't fire them. So the teacher, support them, pay them more, but revise the tenure issue. Use of data, you got to measure, be able to lift people up. And so you can see, if I just take those three, the leadership issue, the teacher issue, and the use of data in the metrics that we use. I didn't mention charter schools. But right now it's so resistant to change, the only wedge we have to get out of this regulatory burden of no change caused by the unions is the charter school movement. And so no, it's not the answer, but it is the crucible of innovation to be able to improve leadership, to be able to reward teachers, but also get rid of teachers who are not good, and be able to put metrics in there in a transparent and accountable way. So I'm a strong advocate for charter schools. If you had all the charter schools, if the charter school movement exploded, it would not change overall the system overnight itself. So a big supporter. Vouchers is good. I was the lead sponsor on the legislation in Washington, D.C., where we put vouchers out there and people line up for them. They want to be able to get those vouchers. They want to be able to walk to the school that they'd like to go to. So again, another great movement. It's not going to be the answer, but I am very, very supportive. K through 12 education is big. Support it in every way you can.